Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another video. Before we start, I just want to say a massive thank you to our top tier patrons. More on Patreon at the end of the video. As with every addiction, sometimes it's good to take a week off. But don't worry, we are back this week with a double dose of liquid Dreamworld. So let's jump into last week's updates before we get to this week. Now, I'm going to warn you ahead of time. If there was ever any doubt that these guys are completely incapable of doing anything, well, those doubts are going to be cast aside today, because since their two developers have left them, they have done absolutely nothing. So let's dive in. Alpha Development Pass purchase up on the website, with a link to their own website, although I will forgive them for waiting this long, because this is probably the first time in a week that anyone has actually tried to purchase Dreamworld and inform them that the link doesn't work. Armor now has durability. Now, this is something that absolutely should have been in from day one, considering everything else already has durability. So, in case you're not aware, this was just a complete Control-C, Control-V of the existing code from weapons. No work done. They just copy-pasted the work that the other devs did for them. UI aesthetic improvements. This and the last update for this week are in fact the same thing, but we'll get back to that. Right, this one's truly mind-boggling. Spirit Lantern's defenses buffed. For those of you that don't remember, these are the lanterns that they spent 4 weeks trying to fix after it was first implemented. This is an item that, when you place it down, a big sphere appears around it, and everything inside that you have built is now invincible. It's protected from other players. So it's very strange that in this week, they have posted that Spirit Lantern defenses are buffed. Everything inside them is already indestructible. How do you make a buff to something that's indestructible? And ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the fluff of this week. Terraforming bug fix. Every time I see that there's a bug that's been fixed, I always do a Control F and I look through all of their Discord to see if anyone has even reported a bug of any sort. And it just seems like there's never anything. There's never anything truly broken in the first place. It's absolute nothing sauce. And their final update for the first week of this video. Boss HP bar bug fix and improved UI. Now this is what I think they meant when they said UI aesthetic improvements, because it doesn't seem like they did anything else. Now, again, there was no known bug with this boss HP bar at all. I've searched. I've even looked back through old footage that we took of it. There's nothing. There was nothing wrong with it. Little bit leaner release this week. A huge improvement is almost done and is tracking to land next week instead. And we're gearing up for our next big 2 to 3 month push. Stay tuned. Well, you will be glad to know that this last comment aged like absolute fine wine, because we get on to next week's update. Item rarity added. Now, they didn't actually add any rarity to items. They have just added a coloured tag that says what the rarity is, like epic, legendary, common. They've just added a tag to items, so, I mean, cool, I guess? There was never really any reason for this, because there was no rarity to anything in the game. Legendary weapon added as a boss drop. Well, it all makes sense now with the previous statement. Create your own problem, then fix it. Faster sword swing speed. People have literally been asking for this since the day they added swords about a month and a half ago. Again, this is changing a single integer value. Tutorial update. More precise and interesting new dialogue. I will give them that. It is more precise, and there is new dialogue. I wouldn't say interesting, but there's new dialogue. That's something they did this week. And then we get on to the fluff of the week. Big performance updates made. You'll remember 2 weeks ago that they had a 50% FPS improvement that didn't actually exist. And now they've got big performance improvements made. Now, by big, I'm assuming that's more than 50%. At this point, the frame rate, with all these improvements, should be getting to the point where it transcends time and space itself. Maybe it's just so fast that the human eye physically can't perceive these FPS improvements. Some minimap icon changes. I couldn't tell you what. I think they've just slightly edited the icons on the minimap. Nice, I guess. You swapped out a texture. And then, of course, the ultimate fluff for this week. Coral hit crash fixed. I also checked this. Nobody reported a crash when you hit Coral. And although that is the end of this week's update, of course, we have more ridiculous stuff. As it says at the bottom, go check out what we have in store for the next couple of months' push, and vote for the features you'd like added the most here. We're planning to implement in the next couple of months ranged weapons and magic. Oh my god, I can't wait for those. I genuinely can't. Profiles centered on your builds. Profiles centered on your builds. What? Oh god, this sounds like Earth 2 now that I'm thinking about it. Please no. Plus achievements. Voice chat and Discord integration. Now, I have worked with both voice chat and Discord integration. I cannot wait to tear this apart. There are so many mistakes that are easily avoidable with this that are highly, highly exploitable. Like, I'm talking game-breakingly exploitable. I'm going to have a field day when they add that. And then this bit, to me, is confusing for multiple reasons. In addition to the above, which would you prefer? Professions. Now, if you remember the last time they polled an update, one of their options was, would you like profession specializations? Do you not think it would have been a good idea to poll the addition of professions before profession specializations? You kind of need professions to be able to specialize in them. Mounts, oh my god, yes please. Please. Or farming. Last time I checked, farming was a profession. But never mind. And of course, there have been talks this week stirring in the Dreamworld Discord. This week, the focus has been NFTs. I just can't escape them. I cannot escape NFTs. Somebody asked if they'd be able to add their NFT properties to the game as items. Zach responded, "Oh, we're super intrigued by the potential of NFTs. No plans yet, but would love perspectives on the way you think we could best implement them." Oh, Jesus. You can't. You're not going to be able to do it. That's the top and bottom of it. And then the same person was asking about cryptocurrency immediately after. And to that, Zach responded with, "Aha, we've definitely thought about Dreamcoin. By the way, I'm going to copyright that because I made the joke about Dreamcoin about 6 episodes ago." Guys, before we continue, a quick word from our sponsor. It's Dreamcoin. Crypto and NFTs are definitely things we could build into, but we've got a lot of other aspects we need to develop out first. Yeah, you do, like your bloody customer support. Because, ladies and gentlemen, it has finally happened. Our poor friend who got gifted Dreamworld has finally, after 2 months, received their copy of Dreamworld. And the email they finally got back, the response is golden. "Hi, please excuse the late response. We apologise. We're trying to do a better job with our communications and we really hope you enjoy your time in Dreamworld. Here's your itch link. Here's your access code. If you have any issues downloading Dreamworld, please don't hesitate to contact us and we'll be on top of it ASAP. All the best, our Dreamworld team." Bear in mind, saying sorry for the late responses. 2 months this poor sod has had to wait. 2 months. Now here's the thing. They have hired Garrison's sister as a dedicated customer support. She is full-time customer support. I can guarantee to you about 6 people a month buy this game. 6. And that's being really, really generous. If you are struggling to keep up with 6 people buying your game, it's a good job your game's shit. This is a game that's promising to host millions of players in a world, and they're not even automating the sending out of their game keys. Now, there's rumours stirring that the Gearstorm guys might be going back for a second term of work there. I personally hope that they don't, because these guys need to get a grip on reality. They're currently a team of 6 people working 40 hours a week. That is 240 hours a week. That is 480 hours for the 2 weeks that we've just covered. This video is 480 hours. 480 man-hours of work. And there is absolutely nothing but cut and paste code from things that already exist in their game. They've already burnt through the Kickstarter money based off my calculations, and they've most likely heavily dipped into all their seed-funded money as well. Ladies and gentlemen, I have struggled to hit the 8-minute YouTube mark with this video. These guys are having content constipation. They are absolutely struggling to push this out. But either way, we will cover it to highlight the fact that they are doing almost nothing. As always, a massive thank you to our patrons and our YouTube members for helping support this channel. If you are enjoying my content and you want to support this channel, please consider subscribing to my Patreon or as a YouTube member. Although support starts at the starting price as little as a cup of coffee, with enough of you supporting me at that tier, it really does help support my content and enable me to spend more time and money on the production of this content. We are going to be playing an incredibly old game, as I'm going to be making a video for a new series that's coming to this channel, Nostalgia Check, where we're going to be checking out old games and seeing if they live up to the nostalgia that we felt back then. So if you're watching this live, hop over onto Twitch and I'll see you on the other side. And as always, have a fantastic day and an awesome week.